In today's video, I'm breaking down some of the big reasons that he may have disappeared after having sex. And this is part 2. So if you haven't checked out part 1, you're definitely going to want to do that. I will be sure to link it for you. One of the major reasons that a guy may have disappeared after having sex, and this is something that so many women are guilty of and have no idea, but this is something really on your end. And that is that you are showing an over-eagerness that feels unbalanced with where the relationship is. So what happens with a lot of women is that sex means something to them. And so once you have sex with a particular person, you're putting a lot more weight on the relationship and how things unfold from there. In the beginning, you may have just been like, oh, this is a guy, he seems okay, we'll sort of see how things go. And then you sleep with him and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, he's the most amazing man I've ever met. Like, how can I make sure that he never leaves my life? This is really important. And you go from being cool, calm, and collected and dating him and vetting and gathering information to feeling like he has to be the one. How can I get this guy? And you're trying to skip over the rest of the phases of dating. You feel like now we've had sex. Clearly, we are headed towards being in a relationship. This is pretty much my boyfriend. So when are we going to make it official? Right? And you get a little bit of ahead of yourself because you've had sex. This is a very, very common thing, but it ends up being extremely repellent. Men don't think of sex the same way that we do. And honestly, the way that the hormones released during sex operate in men, they operate totally differently in women. And so it's very much something to stay aware of, because some of it is going to be just you learning how to master your own energy and your own stories and the things that you're telling yourself. But some of it we can't help, right? It's just biology and the way these hormones are now activated in your body. So many women will start to feel like, well, now that we've had sex, it pretty much means we're headed towards a relationship, right? Like, you're getting ahead of yourself. Don't do that. When you sleep with someone, make sure that you're doing it because it's something you actually want to do, not as a means to an end, not to somehow catch this guy and get him to act a certain way or to do a particular thing. One of the big things that happens is that you go from being in this abundant mindset where you're feeling excited and you're feeling hopeful and you're sort of seeing all of the opportunities available to feeling scarcity, right? Instead of there being so many men available, now it's like the one that you've had sex with is the only one. You want to make sure that even when you have sex, you really keep your mindset on abundance and stay focused on your vision and what you actually want to create, regardless of what your status is with this particular person. The third major reason that he may disappear or pull back after having sex is that you have put him on a pedestal and it feels really uncomfortable. Often when we meet someone that we like, we start projecting onto them all of the ideal characteristics that we want in someone. So you might meet a guy and on the surface he has some great qualities, right? And then after you have sex with him, you're so much more hopeful that the relationship will move forward. And so you've got these sort of shallow qualities in mind, but now you're filling in all of the blanks with the other things that you desire. So what you might actually know about this person might be that he's good looking, that he has a good job, and that, he's fun to talk to, right? That might be the information that you have. But then you might start filling in the blanks. You might start also assuming that he is kind, that he is trustworthy, that he's going to make a great husband, that he's going to make a great father, that he's looking for a committed relationship, right? You start filling in all these blanks. And when someone is putting us on a pedestal, it's really uncomfortable. It creates the sense of dis-ease where things are out of balance. And usually when we can feel that happening, we want to pull away. So if you're projecting this ideal on him, it's not uncommon for them to start pulling away. And the thing that's very challenging is that this is often something we're just doing in our energy. It may not be anything you're actually saying. And if you're doing this because when you're thinking about him and the relationship, you're feeling a lot of anxiety. That's sort of the primary sensation or emotion that is going along with this relationship. So these are some of the big reasons that a guy may start pulling away or may disappear after sex. So you want to stay very aware of these so that when you're getting to know someone, you can make a really conscious decision about when you're going to sleep with him so that you don't risk running into any of these issues. So I hope that this video really served you well. If you would like to learn my whole process for manifesting love, I have a free training, which I will link below. It's the 4-step magnetism formula, and I break down everything you need to do to call in the love of your life. So I hope that you absolutely loved this video, and I will see you in the next one.